What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am very excited to talk to you guys about my typical full face of makeup for work. Now, this is not something that has been a thing for very long. I've been in this job for about 3-4 months, somewhere around there, and I've been putting makeup on for this job maybe about 2-ish months here and there. I do not wear makeup every day, and the items that I use sometimes will change. There are a handful of kind of staple items that I will always use if I'm going to put makeup on for work, just because that's the only time I'm going to use the product, or I'm trying to pan it for a project pan or something to that effect. I'll talk about the products throughout like the application, because you guys will be seeing a tutorial for this look. But overall, it's a very simple, basic look that I feel like if you're somebody who just wants to look put together every day because you prefer to have makeup on every day and you want a routine that's about 5 minutes, this is a routine for you. And I know a lot of the routines that I may show on this channel are a little bit longer because I tend to like to sit down and really just delve and have some fun putting on makeup and playing with makeup. But if you're somebody who you just need to know kind of the basics on what can work for you, especially if you're my skin tone, you're combination oily like me. I'm oily in my T-zone and pretty much dry to normal on the perimeter of my face, depending on if I've kept up with my skincare for a decent amount of time, then this is a routine that can work for you. I find that this routine lasts on my skin easily 10 hours. My shifts are 10 hours, and there to work and back is about an additional hour. Lately, my shifts have been upwards of 14 hours, so leading makeup to have to last on my skin for at minimum 15 plus. So I've added a handful of items just to make me feel better for that length of time. And I do not take any makeup to work. What I leave with is kind of how it goes. My lip products, I just have lip products everywhere, so I don't have to bring this particular product to work. And I think otherwise I answer everything throughout the video. If there's any question that you have, feel free to comment it down below. All of the items that I have on my face will be listed and linked down below in the description box. And with that said, let's just dive on in. Hey guys, so like I said in the intro, I'm just gonna dive into what my normal routine is for work. Full disclosure, today I'm actually gonna be heading into work, leaving my house a little bit early, so this look will be on me for a little bit longer. I'm not really gonna change any of the steps that I will be doing. But I just want to show you guys what I've been doing, because after my live, like I said, I actually did change some steps, and mainly because I had some more hyperpigmentation come up. I've just been tired because my shifts have been longer, and so I've been having a lot more dark circles. Today, I've been getting quite a bit of sleep this weekend, so not necessarily as much dark circles, but still, I want to give you guys the principle on how I've been doing my makeup. So let's just dive in. One thing that I've been getting some use out of is my rim concealer. Now, I typically will do these steps with my fingers. I find that with my fingers, you get a little bit more of a skin-like natural application, but mainly because I have nails and it's really quite annoying actually. Plus, I've been meaning to pick out some brushes specifically, at least to get the product on my skin. We're gonna do it this way, and I will still use my fingers once I get the application on my skin. So anyways, I have the concealer in Deep 8N, which is a neutral undertone. I do find that there is some yellow to this product overall. And mainly with this rim, I conceal these 2 blemishes that I have on that cheek. And then I take a little bit more and I just tap it under my under eyes. Like I said, I've been having quite a lot of dark circles lately, and I just don't want that to be a focus. With just adding this little bit of concealer in the zones that I do, I feel a lot more confident. If I wasn't somebody who was so lazy, honestly, I would do at least that minimum every day, especially because I find that this color blends in pretty well to my skin. Overall, this routine doesn't take me very long. I'm just going to drag it out because I'm talking to you guys. But in the grand scheme of things, I definitely think that this is a routine that if I was somebody who always made sure to be up before I needed to actually get ready to leave and had the time, I would do this pretty much every day. But I'm just not that person. Next, I'll put the Auric Glow Lust on. So this is a product that I've had a lot of experience with. I've had it since it came out, so it really needed to go. This is currently in my graveyard project pan, so it's another incentive for me to get quite a bit of use out of it. And since I've been able to kind of settle a little bit more into my job, I realized that this is something that I can do. So I put about a pump and a half, maybe a pump on my hands, and I just apply it everywhere. I get an initial application just down in the spots that I want, and I don't worry about, this product moving that concealer around, because I really don't need all that much concealer in those zones. And I really want these colors to kind of meld together in those respective spots so that you can't really tell. I like to also bring the rim or the Auric down on under my chin, just so that everything melds. If you start laughing or moving your head or something and people can see that you got a different color there, that's not for me. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more because I don't think I got enough compared to what I'm used to down there. And I just like to get it pretty much all over my neck and my chin. And that's the base. I don't do anything additional base wise other than just setting these products. Now, I will say if I'm doing something for like, I don't know, I'm going out with friends, or I'm going, like, I've attempted to get my North Carolina driver's license, I will take this and adapt it a little bit by just adding some cream bronzer. I am actually going out with friends before I go to work, but because I'm mainly going to go to work, I'm not going to, should I? No, we're going to make this my work routine. And if you guys want to see my look for when I go to the DMV again to try to get that license, I can try to film it because I never got around to filming it the first time. So, like I said, this is the look. Now what I'm going to do is just set my makeup, and I'm going to be setting it with a powder. This is a powder that if you're not new to my channel, this is the Seams powder. This is an Asian owned brand. And I got this off of Yes Style. I've had this for, I would say, about a year. And this is something that I've recommended many a times. I don't know if anybody in my community has purchased it. I know I've gotten a lot of clicks on the links associated with this product, but I have absolutely no idea if you guys have purchased it or anything like that, and if you've loved it. So if you have, please comment down below so that if anybody's interested in this product, they will know. And what I basically do is just lightly set. This product is one of the best powders I've found to add some setting capabilities, but it doesn't really fully mattify the skin, And like I said, because I did take that Auric down, I'm gonna go ahead and set my whole neck area and everything. Now I will say, just even as far away as I am, I can see that some of my concealed zone here and my cheek is gone. I don't need 100% concealing. That's not for me. I just want a little bit so I just have a decent surface. Next, setting spray. This is a setting spray that I personally don't like. I know a lot of people love it. It's just not for me. So this is why, once again, this is in my routine for going to work. And this is the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. There's nothing actually wrong with this. It just makes my face feel quite dry. And I find that it takes quite a long time for my oils to break up the product to an extent that I feel like I look like a normal person, if that makes any sense. So when I've done the DMV stuff, or at one point I was going to do headshots, I don't reach for this. I reach for my traditional setting sprays. If I want something long lasting and I'm okay with it necessarily being really flat for the beginning time period, then I will reach for this. Outside of that, no ma'am, no Pam. But anyways, this is the product. Now, this has always been something that was in this step or in this routine. The powder was something that was new to this routine. So that has added quite a bit of longevity for this face. And that has been necessary. Like I said, my hours have definitely increased. I don't know how long they'll stay increased, but going from a 10-hour shift to an even longer shift, you know, that takes a lot out of you. Having to make sure that my makeup lasts longer than a 10-hour period is daunting. And so that's why I was saying that I added powder. Now, if you are somebody that wants to, I will say you can go ahead and like take whatever is still on this brush and just add a little bit more coverage there. Because like I said, it's very faint. I'm sure you guys didn't even see it, but I could see the fact that I lost that coverage. Gone. So there is that. I will also put some concealer on my eyes because I find that my eyes are a spot where you can get really oily, or I get really oily, and that really takes negatively effect, in my opinion, overall the makeup look. It just doesn't look the best. So anyways, let me go ahead and do my brows. This once again is a new step that I've added recently. Originally, I was not doing my brows because I just really didn't care. And I thought, you know, who has the time? But I don't take a long time to do my brows the way I've kind of skimmed down these steps. And it makes a whole lot of a difference in my opinion. So I'm just gonna really quickly fill her in. And especially when I'm going to work, you know, even if I just do this step and I don't even do like a gel, I'm not bothered. I'm far from bothered. And I will just pick whatever gel is nearby. I think right now I have my Project Pan gel, so that's probably going to be the one that I will go ahead and reach for. But if I am testing out a brow gel, I'll reach for that as well. At one point I was reaching for the Half Caked because that was the brow gel that I was testing out at the time. So brow gels and brows, honestly, these are not steps that I'm really critical of myself on. It's just mainly making sure that my face has some form of dimension, even if I don't put bronzer on. So it's just not so one-noted. Like even to me, like, you know, sitting down here and I'm seeing myself in front of these lights, I'm like, okay, Blake, you have no color in your cheeks. You're very one-dimensional. But, you know, for an everyday look where you want something to be quick and simple, that is what I do want. That said, like I said, if I'm doing something where I know I'm going to be photographed or whatever have you, then yes, ma'am, I'm going to definitely get that bronzer out so I can have just a little bit more dimension to my face. And overall, it just looks better. Even if people can obviously tell that I have makeup on, I'm not really bothered by that. But I do appreciate having some more dimension to my face overall. So this look is almost done. Almost done. Like I said, I do like to go ahead and put some concealer on my eyes, on my eyelids, because I don't actually put any makeup like eyeshadow on. I just don't want to be hypercritical about, you know, how badly I blended or how well I blended or whatever the whole day. I just don't have time. So I'm just going to take a nice amount of concealer, not too much, just to conceal. Like I said, just to make sure that when my oils do kind of come about in that zone, it's not too bad. Then once again, I am going to go ahead and set with that same powder, same brush, just go right on top. And since I don't have anything, you know, special on the top that I don't have on the bottom, if my brush touches the bottom of my eye with that powder, it's perfectly fine. Very simple, nothing crazy in this whole look because, like I said, for me, I just kind of some days want to be a little bit put together. Most days, couldn't care. I really couldn't. Now, what do I have left? I have 2 steps left, and we're just going to keep reaching for things that are just nearby because that's typically what I'll do. I do need to kind of get a capsular collection permanently in my bathroom so that I don't have to come here and do that, but that's a conversation for a later time. I do start putting on mascara mainly because for me, once again, that dimension. Without mascara, my eyes really do get lost, and that's not a bad thing, but I do just want to add dimension here and there in certain spots. And one easy way to add some dimension is mascara around the eyes. And so we're just going to do that. I'm not going to put any form of liner. And honestly, I'll probably only do one coat. That's a typical kind of just fast grab for me. Just one quick coat. I will make sure though to do both my upper and lower lashes, and as you can see how there's just a huge difference from this eye to this eye. It just makes a world of difference. And so for me, I really have made sure to add these steps that really don't take too much more time to my routine, just to make sure that I feel confident the whole shift. Not just, at the beginning when I'm like, oh, I put something on and I look halfway decent, but like the whole kit and caboodle. Alrighty. I think I put a little bit less mascara, honestly, on this right eye. No, this is my left eye. Let me just make sure. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So both sides looking pretty good. And now all we gotta do is lips, and that's it. I don't do anything, really crazy when it comes to this look. So I will go ahead and put a lip liner on, knowing that the lip liner is gonna come off. Especially, well, this formula is actually pretty good at lasting a decent amount of time, but long term, I'm okay if I lose some lip liner. Looks like I didn't bring that auric over enough, so I just added a little bit of concealer that was on the brush. All right, so there is that. And then this is a product that I picked up from, I think, Beauty Bay. The one time that they gave, not Beauty Bay, one of the beauty boxes, the one time they gave non-members access to purchase. I picked this up, and it was something that a YouTuber was raving about, and I was like, go for it. I think it's like considered a lip oil. I reach for them a lot. I'm not a fan of this formula, so once again, that's why this is in this kind of capsular collection. It looks nice, right? The overall look, I think, looks plenty fine. I think everybody would, nobody would have an offense of me walking past them looking like this. It's nothing that's offensive or anything. It's an easy routine that even with me talking, it's only taking about 16 minutes, and without me talking, maybe 5 minutes the max. So nothing really crazy about this routine, but I've really incorporated products that I haven't gotten a lot of use out of throughout my time, products that I know I love, and then, products that I know I don't particularly love, but I just want to get my use out of it. And that's really, for me, the genius in having this smaller collection right in my restroom. I can just easily pick up some items and slowly work through items that I may not want to work through in this beauty space and really want to keep for this beauty space, but they actually work. They work for my skin tone. They're fine. They're just not gems that I love and I'm going to reach for on top of some of my other favorites. So yeah, I feel like I've rambled on enough, but I just figured it would be kind of cool to sit down and show you guys my kind of everyday work appropriate look. Now, like I've said 10 times, I'm sure at this point, I don't wear makeup every day. It's not something for me. I don't wear makeup every day to work. It's just not something for me. But if I'm going to put makeup on to go to work, this is what you'll basically see me as. Not that you guys will ever really see me, but this is what I would look like going to work. and it works out. I don't have to wear a mask right now. And even when I do, I'm not really bothered. It's not like I have a whole lot of coverage on with this makeup look. So even if a mask kind of wears off some of the coverage, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, I do add a little bit more dimension when I know I'm going to be photographed, whether it's for headshots or for the DMV, or even just honestly going out with friends. I will actually add a little bit more dimension. I'll actually add some eyeshadow onto my eye. I'll add a cream bronzer at the minimum, depending on how fancy I want to be. You know, if I'm going with the girls or if I'm just going with work friends, I may be adding, you know, blush and highlighter and all of that. But in the real kind of basics of like what I would look like going out, this is what your girl looks like. And I think it looks nice. I actually did my hair last night. So, you know, things are looking up. Things are looking up. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick video. Just taking you guys through a normal ish routine of like what I would do to put makeup on. For those who are interested in seeing what I wear to work, I hope this was helpful, and I kind of talk through why I use every particular step. Mainly, I just want a little bit of coverage just to mattify my oils throughout the day. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which hopefully will be very soon. Bye guys.